up, everybody? It's Marty Friedman here for Jackson, my great friends at the wonderful guitar company of Jackson Guitars. I'd like to thank them for having me today. I'm going to answer some of your questions, and I'm going to talk guitars and all this kind of stuff. The reason I'm doing this thing here today is because I have finally got a YouTube channel that's official. And to commemorate that, we put together a new video for the song For a Friend. I asked my great friends and fans to participate. A lot of my guitar playing friends around the world have sent in photos and episodes and stories for this video, and it really came out great. So I hope you're in it, and anyway, check it out. I'd really love for you to see it. Now I'm going to get to some of your questions. How did you come up with the design for the signature model, the MF1? You all know this is my MF1. I love it. I've been playing it for years now. Jackson and I went through the long process of prototypes, and a lot of guitarists know a lot of technical terms and specs and things like that, but Jackson would just send me the prototypes and I'd say, well, no, it doesn't sound right in this register, it doesn't feel right in this register, or one thing or another. With my unknowledgeable terminology, they got it to a point where I could just say it's really perfect, and it is. I don't think there's anyone who beats the guitar harder live in concert than I do. We put the prototype to the ringer and made sure it was just the killer thing. They just rock this guitar really good. That's kind of a short story of how we developed this great guitar. Could you describe your creative process? It's very organic, so to speak. I don't have an actual method that I do every single time. I will always hear something in my head first. I'll decide whether it's worth working on or not. I'll hear like a little melody. It could be anything. And if I feel, oh, that's pretty cool, then the first thing I'll do is I'll put it in my phone. And then the second thing I'll do is I'll come back and listen to it later, and then, record with it and try to work it out. Sometimes I'll hear something like in a restaurant or in a store or anywhere in the background. Some of the background music will have a really nice key modulation or something. I'm always searching for interesting key modulations. If you notice in my music, there's very often many key modulations in them. I love an interesting key modulation that makes you really feel a big contrast and get the hairs standing on end. A lot of that happens when you have a good key modulation. And the cool thing about key modulations is all genres of music have them. So I could be listening to jazz or R&B or pop or punk or heavy metal or whatever it is. Just one little chord twist is enough to inspire me to start working on a full-on song, or put that little key modulation into something I'm already working on. Sometimes the key mod is the little extra spice that takes a song from average to possibility of being very, very cool. That's the process. What advice would you give a beginning guitar player today, or someone trying to break into the industry? Now, these are two completely different situations, as a beginning guitar player wouldn't necessarily be trying to break into the industry. Let's just try to blanket this answer with some really solid musical advice. One thing that a lot of people go through, a lot of musicians go through, is they find themselves uninspired, and they always ask me, how do I get inspired? How do I stay inspired? I'm in a rut. I play the same things all the time. And it's just this simple. You must create opportunities to play your guitar or whatever instrument you're playing in front of other people. Make plans to play in front of people and work on what exactly it is you're playing for those people. And then performing it in front of those people, there's pressure there. It's not the same environment as your bedroom or your practice space. I often say that playing one full show, it's the equivalent of 1,000 hours of playing at home. And you're going to start to see your motivation go up because you know what it takes to perform in front of people. Again, create these situations to play in front of people, and there's your motivation. There's your inspiration. I really recommend that. what am I doing in 2022? Hopefully that's playing for all of you people out there. It's been too long. My album came out in April of 2021, and usually when my album comes out, I tour everywhere because I love playing in every single country, every single city. I've only played in Japan. I did 2 tours of Japan. Love being in Japan, but I also love playing for everyone, and I really appreciate all the support all of you have always given me, even when I can't make it to where you live. That's the first thing I'm going to do next year when it's a little bit more of a smoother international touring process. So now I'm going to show you my guitars, the ones at least that I have at home. This is my USA MF1. It's a monster. Got the signature here like that. They all come with the EMG pickups, and it's boss. This is the X series. It's equally as rad as the MF1. I mean, for the price, you absolutely cannot beat the quality of this guitar. Not only is it an X series, but it's a true temperament guitar. Which means the frets are made in such a way so it stays in tune in places all around the neck, whereas most normal guitars are not in tune everywhere. I don't think they're in full production at this point, but I assume you can probably get your X series done this way by the True Temperament people, and they are really some forward-thinking people, man. They really know what they're doing with that tuning business, and I use this for a lot of recording when I'm playing like high chords and things like that, things that normally don't stay in tune. This is a cracked mirror, and obviously, but it's not the purple one. It's got the signature there, and it's got these really cool tuners on it, and it's just a bitchin' guitar. Yeah, it just sounds amazing, and I don't know if you can actually get this like this. Maybe, hopefully you can, but you can certainly get the purple one. It's an interesting mirror that they have made on this thing. It's cracked, but like it's not like the kind of crack that is over cracked, you know what I mean? The people at Jackson really came up with this amazing coating that it's cracked, but it's not as cracked. You know, it's kind of a abstract cracked. And this thing just looks so cool when lights hit it. It looks different in every single photo. I mean, there's tons of pictures of this thing on my social network things because it looks different in every photo, and I just love it. Sounds really good, sustains forever, and it's just a beast of a guitar. The Kelly is something that I'm known for having for many years. It was my signature model for a while, and I just love it. And I still play it live all the time. You know, I play maybe 3 or 4 guitars a night when I play, and this definitely comes out. It's one of Jackson's ultimate guitars. I grew up wanting an Explorer shape, and Jackson just took it to the next level. And I think what I changed about it was the placement of the volume knob, because when it's this far away, there's no way you're going to hit it by mistake while you're playing. But oftentimes the guitar has the volume knobs like right here, and I really just can't go there because I play so randomly with my right hand. It's a very violent, aggressive, overwhelmingly random kind of attack, really. And there's kind of a lot of very unorthodox things about the way I pick. So when the volume knob is in a very standard place like that, it extends my brain too much to have to try to avoid it, because if I hit it, turns the volume down to like 6, or if there's a bunch of toggle switches and junk in there, I don't like that either. This is just such a clear, easy distance for the volume knob. And so there's the Kelly, which totally rules. This is an X series. Yeah, I use this just as much as the USA made guitars for recording and playing live, and they have slightly a different character sonically, but equally as good. I mean, I think when you're talking about the price difference between a USA model and a model that was made in a different country, you're talking about the parts, which of course is different, and there's more expensive parts on the more expensive guitar, and more time and attention and expertise going into the detail of the more expensive guitar. Yes, this is true. But at the same time, they all go through Jackson's quality control, and they really, really are both very, very high quality instruments. So if you can afford the X series, you're going to have a guitar that's up to a very close standard of a guitar that's much more expensive. In the real world, it's the X series that's going to sell a lot more. So when we developed these guitars together, I wanted to make damn sure that the X series was something that I could be proud to put my name on. And so it's not just a piece of junk, you know what I'm saying? It's a very, very high quality instrument, especially for the price. And if I'm going to play it live in front of people, I don't want it to be something that's going to stab me in the back and let me down. It's a very, very good guitar, and you've heard it on my records. And if you go to my Instagram, you can see me playing it all the time. All of those little videos where I'm doing these little ad libs when I eat like some kind of weird food and then I play, that's all this one right here, this one or the True Temperament. And the reason for that is because I have my US models at the recording studio or at a rehearsal studio or something like that. So at home I've got all of these X series and I use them for all those videos and they sound great. Do check them out. They're both wonderful guitars, and thanks to Jackson for really making something that I'm really proud to put my name on. It means a lot. So that should do it. I really appreciate all of you tuning in, and I hope you really enjoyed the new video for a Friend. I hope you find yourself in there. All of us have people that we can't see right now because of the situation that's going on, you know, and I just thought that this was a perfect song to kind of put that into music. Check out the YouTube channel, the official Marty Friedman YouTube channel. Check out the new video for a Friend, and please stay safe, stay healthy, make good decisions, and play your guitars as much as you humanly possibly can. And I'll continue to support all of you guys, and I really appreciate your support. So I will see you soon, hopefully on tour. Later.